What's going on, people? It is Irish Connor HD here, you can call me Irish, and today we are going to be relearning the SRAW, or the SRAW, or however you pronounce it, basically. We are in the test range, and I'm going to talk about the test range a bit later on. But first off, basically, I just wanted to show you the kind of technique for relearning the SRAW. So come in to the test range, of course. Obviously, select engineer, have your SRAW equipped. Stand around anywhere around here, or you can kind of push it off into the distance, like depending on how kind of hard you want to make it for yourself. And basically, this thing is the only thing other than the kind of targets down here that moves. That's a kind of reliable source of kind of repetitively knowing that your aim is on point for something that's moving, because obviously, like, you can use just like the targets out at the range or at distance, or you can try and hit the building or whatever that. But for like a kind of semi-realistic idea of trying to hit something that's like a moving target, like a helicopter or whatever would be, this little UAV thing is perfect, and it's how I learned the SRAW in the first place, and it's how I've been kind of practicing and trying to get used to the SRAW since the change. So let's just try and get it on target. There we go. First shot, so live and right in front of your eyes there. First shot, for one shot, one kill. What's the deal, as they say? But yeah, so that's it. So basically, what I've noticed about the new SRAW is that it leaves the barrel. So maybe we'll just fire. So it leaves, and then it picks up a load of speed, and then it's really fast, and it's really not very kind of nimble or agile or whatever. So basically, you have to treat it almost like just a normal RPG or a SMAW or something like that. Like, you have to almost aim it at the you have to lead your target, and then make very minor adjustments. Basically, you have to make very minor adjustments. If you like the amount of times that I try this, and I make a minor adjustment, and then like I flick it back a little bit, and then it will miss. It will just go too far and be past it. Like, you have to basically have it on point. You have to just lead your target a little bit, and then kind of guide it towards it. Like, you basically ignore almost the crosshair there. Ignore the crosshair. Look at where the rocket's going. There we go. That's 2 out of 2. The only problem with this, I wish they respawned. Like, I wish there was like an automatic respawn on these things where they came back up straight away. Or I wish even that there was one that's further away, because these aren't particularly hard. They're still pretty close, so that it's not like entirely impossible to hit them. But yeah, you can see that's 2 for 2. Like, so I'm gonna try and do what I did when I was practicing this yesterday, which is to come to like the furthest point out here, and wait for the little thing to get as far away as possible. So as far as I can see, this is the furthest point, and it gives you like, it rises you up. I almost wonder if this was intentional. Like, it rises you up, so you've got like a nice little vantage point over a lot of the island, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so this is the UAV thing is still pretty close. So while we're waiting for that to get round, I have to say, if you're not taking advantage of the test range, do. It's absolutely the most amazing addition to the game. Like, and the fact that it was updated, if you didn't know, the test range got like an update in the spring patch. The targets and stuff like that for the longest while, I think they originally had hit markers, then they took them away, and now they have hit markers back again. So you get hit markers, they have a realistic damage model. That's pretty far away now, so let's have a look. Yep. Cool. So as you can see, it's very smooth, but very smooth movements is what you need. But yeah, so if I just jump back in here while we're waiting for that to respawn, I believe they have realistic damage models. So the little targets in here are essentially, I think I have the Groza, the engineer's Groza weapon. So I think that they have as I keep saying, I think they've got like realistic damage models, like the people in single player, or like the people in multiplayer would. Ooh, that's bad. Mare's leg for the win. Mare's leg with the ACOG. Ooh, that should give you some idea, like, how close is this, and the mare's leg is not like a one-hit kill. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, if you haven't even for some reason ever been in here, like, what it basically is it's an island similar to Paracel Storm, and like, it has the building. I think that's the model of sea. The building on sea. I think that's the exact model of the building on sea on Paracel Storm. And like, you've got this kind of like little range here that you can press E to trigger the barrels. Let's see how I do. Oh, reload quickly. There's one. There's two. So there you can see that basically that's what the test range is about. It has all the vehicles and stuff like that. And we still have another few bullets left. Can we hit it? Yeah, that's 3 for 3, baby. We're doing pretty decent. But yeah, like, so again, I'll finish up the video by going back to the SRAW specifically, but I also did want to make like a really serious point about the test range. So again, in vehicles, like one of the things that I need to do is when I've got like the vehicle set up and I'm trying to like get my settings and stuff like that right for vehicles, I'll come in here and I will like go to key bindings and stuff like that, and I'll adjust them. Like one of the things that annoys me a lot that I've been working on is the fact that the main gunner in tanks and LIVs and stuff like that is kind of low sensitivity, but if you're the gunner, it's really high sensitivity. It really bothers me, and I've been looking through the settings a lot here in the test range, trying to figure that out. I haven't come up on a fix with it yet. I think it's just the intended way. Like the idea is that the gunner has just this little 50 cal gun that they can whip around, whereas the driver has this main big turret thing that takes a long time to turn, basically. But I don't like that. I really wish there was a way to like adjust them individually so you could kind of match it up. Here's just an on the fly. Did we get it? Oh, we got it. Right, so again, it's not moving as fast as a chopper is. Like, so you need to keep that in mind. It's not going to be, like this little UAV thing is not going to be like realistic to a chopper unless it's a pilot that's not terribly good and is and it's kind of flying low and slow. If you're flying against any kind of talented chopper who knows to constantly be on the move or constantly be taking cover when they're repairing or whatever like that, you basically don't have much of a chance. And that's why, if you hear me say, or if you've heard me say so far that I think it's the SRAW is basically useless now, it is because that there's like a high percentage of Battlefield players. This is a hard shot. Oh, and I crushed it. That was kind of a hard shot because I didn't immediately pick up on it. But yeah, like, so if you hear me say that the SRAW seems like it's almost useless now, is because there's such a low percentage of choppers in good competitive games. Like, there's such a low percentage of chopper pilots, sorry, who will just kind of hang around and be kind of like just hanging around in one spot and not moving around and stuff like that. So that's why it's almost basically useless. It's easy to do it here with the little UAV thing that moves really slowly and it's predictable and you know exactly where it's going. But nevertheless, sorry, the point still stands the same, that like you can learn. Oh, see, I missed that time. So that was the first out of 5, I think, that I missed. Missed that one again. So see, so what I'm basically doing is I'm not being smooth enough. I think I'm getting a little over cocky and I'm not being smooth enough. Yeah, see, so I'm really smooth and gentle there. Basically, you can't, like, if you watch the path that it takes, you can't like guide it as zigzaggly, if we can make up a word for a minute. You can't guide it as easily as you used to be able to. Now, when I made the video about the patch notes and I pulled off that kill where I went and I was looking at the chopper and then I lost view of the thing and then I swung it, that was probably 95% luck at least. Like, that was literally a lot of luck. I had the general idea of when to swing it and stuff like that, but by and large that was a lot of luck. And combined with the fact that the chopper pilot wasn't particularly doing too well. I think they were damaged, so they might have had some kind of maneuverability issues or whatever like that. But yeah, it's basically, it's being smooth. It's almost like treating it like an RPG or a SRAW, as I said at the beginning. You have to lead the target initially, then kind of just slight adjustments, like slight smooth kind of adjustments, no flicking. Like, flicking used to be a big thing. Like, I remember watching a Rival X Factor video where I mentioned specifically like he was having a trouble, like he'd never used the SRAW a whole lot, and it was like a live stream, actually, apologies, it wasn't a video, it was a live stream. So I just commented in the chat and I was like, it's the little flick right at the end, so if you're a little bit off, it's the little flick, like, but you can't do that anymore because it doesn't flick the way it used to. So it's now you have to kind of like have pre-aimed it, like, if you know what I mean, like leading it and pre-aiming it and knowing where your target's going, basically. But again, I can't stress it enough, this is easy. whereas an actual pilot is going to be skilled, and known not to kind of like mess around and just hang in one spot for too long. But again, just go. So that's the SRAW thing. That's the main thing that I wanted to talk about. But just to cover the, I always press the wrong button. Just to cover the test range a little bit. Again, this is where I'm by no means a fantastic pilot, but like I'll just try and demonstrate like what I can do. Like, this is where you come to practice your piloting, skills. If you've never been able to like get control of a helicopter for too long in a game, I think I made a separate video about this actually. But just while I'm here, if you've never been able to last long enough in a helicopter in a real match, just come in here. They respawn like every 30 seconds or every minute or so, like, so you can come in. And basically what I do to learn how to fly the things is like I'll fly a path, I'll bring it in here amongst the trees, I'll like fly in circles around the house, kind of look in, blah blah blah, shoot at things like where I think people might be in the actual game, because again this is an almost exact replica I think of C on Paracel Storm. Maybe also in the Conquest Large one, do you know like the building next to where the ship crashes on the shore? I think that's one of those. I think that's like the same asset that they use for that as well. So again, just kind of to give you an idea. But yeah, it's massively useful. Like I can get in a chopper now and I can be reasonably kind of useful basically, rather than just kind of messing around and doing absolutely nothing. Where did that black smoke come from? That's weird. Yeah, obviously this is a little bird and it's pretty like nimble and agile and stuff like that. But again, like, so you've got options. So I'll redeploy here, and you have you can literally pick anything. You can either choose to spawn in one of the vehicles, one of the boats, one of the kind of air vehicles or whatever like that. This is one of the ways that I like to practice in jets, aside from like doing the usual kind of like dogfighting kind of thing. Let's see if I can pull it off first try. If I can pull it off first try, we'll end the video there and just call that a great success. Oh, no. Oh, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. No, I think it's C is my view, yeah. Yeah, right, so we made it under in the first try. So basically, that's it. That's the two messages I wanted to get out. If I had any message to give, it was, come in here, mess around with the SRAW. Oh, this isn't going to end well. No, I could tell them all lie. Yeah, so come in, mess around with the SRAW, with the little UAV things. And if you're struggling in vehicles, or if you're struggling with your aim or something like that, remember, the test range is available. You don't have to join empty servers and stuff like that and worry about people joining in and kind of interrupting your kind of your flow or whatever like that. Like, yes, the test range is here. It's empty, it's open, it has all the vehicles, it has like oh no, I made the mess of that. That was close. It has semi-instant respawning. Ooh no, I'm bad with the attack choppers. They're quite big and bulky compared to the little bird, as you probably know. But yeah, that's basically it. I think I'll leave it there. I won't push my luck any longer before I embarrass myself. But yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed it and if you found it useful and stuff like that, please do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching. And come on. No. Okay, goodbye. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.